One time in 8th grade, we had two teachers, one that was in his 30s and one that had just started at the school like a year before. Some girl decided to set up a camera underneath the table when we went to lunch, and the video ended up showing the two of them making out and pushing each other all over the desks because when we got back to class, there was shit all over the floor, and it turns out it was their fault. We had no idea why until she checked the video, and she ended up posting the video on Google Drive and sharing it to the entire school staff and student body. The guy was also married and had kids at the time, and everyone saw the video, including his wife. They both ended up getting fired, and the guy got a divorce from his wife, lost custody of his kids, and is now married to that teacher.
A kid brought a gun to school after murdering his aunt, and we didn't go on lockdown. The water polo coach slept with a student or two. The PE teacher got caught watching porn in the locker room. There was someone who made an Instagram account where they'd post pictures with a paper bag over their head with the eye holes cut out, and they'd pee all over the school, and they called themselves the Pee Pee Bandit. Supposedly, a woman teacher was hitting on a gay male student, was trying to hang out with him outside of school, and when he told her that he was gay, she lowered his grade and got fired. The campus monitor would look over the stalls to see if you were vaping, but actually just found people peeing. She didn't get in trouble, even though I brought it up to the administration. Someone took a shit in the theater room. Someone made a sex tape and it got spread around the school. None of the soap dispensers worked, so we couldn't wash our hands. A campus monitor tried to get inside my car and I confronted her about it, and then she denied it until I told her I had proof.
There's a long list, so I'm just going to go by one. In middle school, some teachers slapped a student and got fired. I can name multiple teachers in high school that slept with students, and they also got fired, obviously. And a lot of those students slept with the teacher just so they can raise their grade in a class to be valedictorian. And yes, they did end up being valedictorian, but they found out after graduation. Some student, he had a prosthetic leg, and when they went to Disneyland for Grand Night, he snuggled weed into his leg because then the dog, they can have an excuse for like, oh, he's sniffing my leg because it's a prosthetic. Honestly, multiple times people doing the nasty in the bathroom. I've walked into people in the bathroom doing the nasty and I just like turned around and walked away. We've had multiple bomb threats where the whole entire school had to evacuate, and there was also like acid leaks through the AC where once again the whole entire school had to evacuate, and we've been on the news multiple times. We've had multiple dogs and like cats just loose on campus, and like people would just go up to them and pet them and hold them. This was actually sad, but we've had a teacher pass away on campus. I think it happened twice, actually. For senior pranks, they normally, what I've seen is trash cans like flipped over and like thrown on top of the roofs, toilet paper, dead fish in the pool. They put like syrup and honey all on the doorknobs, which you think is like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But I had sticky feet and fingers that whole day, and I couldn't even sit at the lunch tables because they put honey and syrup on the tables. In middle school, this happened once. There was a fight and some girl had those braids in, and they like ripped out, and people were selling those braids. And this is the last thing, and I find it pretty funny. A lot of my teachers had the weirdest things as bathroom passes. Like, some of my teachers made me hold like this headless doll, or made me hold a vest, or take like a cardboard cutoff on some people. But yeah, public schools, man.
The woods surrounding our school had so many reports of killings and kids going missing that we weren't even allowed to go in them. All 4 years I went to that school, our art teacher was fired for some sort of misconduct or lying on their resume. One of the most popular kids at our school found out that a previous student at our school had murdered his parents. An inmate once escaped a prison, and then they hired the guards from that prison to guard our school because he was trying to break in and kill a student. It wasn't an art teacher that got fired every year. It was a defense against the dark arts teacher, because this is Harry Potter. I got you, though. Go ahead and send this to somebody to waste their time.
I had a boyfriend freshman year, and we were like the only like gay kids in our school, and we would make out and stuff in the bathrooms, like upstairs and stuff, and people were snitching on us and telling on us, like apparently they were like seeing, I don't know what in our heads thought we should be doing this, but we like couldn't hang out outside of school, so like we'd be kissing in the bathrooms. I don't know. And one time we were like coming back downstairs from the bathroom, and we see the principal, and she has her walkie-talkie, and she's like, they're right here, I'm gonna end this now. And then me and him were like, And she pulls us into this like room downstairs, and she was like, we know what y'all have been doing. Like, y'all can't be doing that at school. It doesn't matter what y'all do at home, but y'all can't be doing that at school. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. We're the only gays in the school. People be saying mad stuff about us, like da-da-da-da-da. Part two. I'll have to make a part 2. Okay, story time part 2. Sorry, I didn't know that it was going to be longer than 60 seconds, but anyways, so we get pulled downstairs and the principal's talking to us, and she's like, we know y'all been like kissing in the bathrooms, like people have like been coming and seeing y'all like under the stall or whatever, like seeing y'all's feet, like y'all can't be doing that at school. We don't care what you're doing outside, but you can't be doing that here. And I was like, girl, people are talking shit about us, like that's not true at all. I don't know where you heard that. Yeah, we go into the bathroom together, but like why would you think that we're kissing, whatever? And then she's a girl. It's not like they have cameras in the bathrooms. Nobody had us on film in there, you know what I mean? It was all just fucking hearsay. I admitted to nothing, and my boyfriend at the time was just sitting there like, and I was mad. I was like, everybody is just making these rumors up because we're gay. So literally gaslighted the fuck out of my principal. And she was like, okay, well, just don't be doing that in the school bathrooms. Have a good day. And then I went home. The end.
Principal had a little lesbian thing going on, which involved doing things in the office, so they both got fired. My school district covered up the fact that there was lead, like the metal, lead in our water system for over 20 years, and so in 8th grade they shut down all of the water and like sinks in our school district to try and fix it, and they were like, it'll only take 2 years. It took over 6 years to fix, so for all of my high school I just did not have a single drinking fountain in my school. Multiple dogs have been set loose inside the school and just bolted through the hallways. So many pedophile teachers. I could name like 5 off the top of my head. Middle school, there was a fight between 2 girls, and after the fight, people were going around and selling the hair that they had like ripped out of each other's heads. In middle school, we had an elevator that was not for students to use. It was for kids with disabilities or people that had gotten injured and were in like crutches or a wheelchair, and people like, yeah. I was in middle school too. A substitute teacher once gave me his credit card, and me and my friends got burgers at the fast food place across the street with his money.
Freshman year of high school, on Valentine's Day, I came home from school and my dad was on the couch listening to a voicemail from the principal saying that a kid had gotten arrested because he was handing out lollipops to kids, like heart-shaped lollipops, and the lollipops actually turned out to be edibles. So some of these kids were eating lollipops, and then they were like,
oh god, where do I start? There was that one fight in the hallway between 2 girls where a nose ring ended up getting ripped out, spewing blood everywhere over a car scratch. The toilet seats being stolen to such an extent that they had to make an announcement begging people to stop stealing the toilet seats. The time we got sent home early because they put too much bleach in the water. The time one of my friends walked into the boys' bathroom and saw a boy trying to spread his fun into the soap dispenser. How about the time that a kid decided to hide the fact that he was smoking weed in the bathroom by throwing away his blunt in the trash can that caused a fire? We had a few days off of school after that. Or how about the fact that we had a school shooter threat and the school just decided not to tell us? There was also a bombing threat, but I think that kid actually got arrested. There was also that fight that started because 2 kids that hated each other's locked eyes. They later became best friends. Oh yeah, and the kid that got high with Benadryl or some shit like that and decided it'd be great to attempt to drop off of the 3rd-story staircase in the comments. He wasn't successful.
Accidentally discharged his weapon in the school, in his own office, in the leg, and we did not know about it until the end of the day. Mushrooms were growing in classroom. 2 teens were arrested because they sent bomb threats to our middle school. Someone's nudes got airdropped in my algebra class. And an 8th grade teacher that had a specific site on one of his tabs, and kids could see it when he put his screen on the projector. Now my high school. A teacher got arrested because he had an inappropriate relationship with a female student. 3 kids got arrested because they were taking upskirt pictures of teachers, specifically female teachers. One of our former varsity football players committed a double homicide of a young couple. Trigger warning really quick. Someone committed suicide by jumping off the school building. That's what I know at the moment, so...
My fave Amazon buys, part 9. If you're on the go a lot, this water bottle is a must-have. It comes in the cutest colors, holds a ton of water, and the best part is it's collapsible. It rolls up so small and is perfect to throw in a purse, car, or a gym bag.